Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number one between Yolo driving you and Dark Allegiance. Get that out of here. Although, hey, the Ravencourt League logo actually covered it up, so that's awesome. We do go ahead and have. Oh, I actually forgot to check which one was which. I really hope that these teams are arranged correctly because I completely forgot to check. I don't think there is a good way because I actually don't know who's on either of these teams. I didn't look at that because I'm lazy. We do go to have Mr. Christie playing the Stuka.
The battle begins in
Stop moving!
10 seconds.
Um, Mafia playing Anduin, Lloyd on the Mephisto, Voicin on ETC, Mr. Christian Johanna, and Azuriel on Falstad. On the other side of the battlefield, we do have Squirrel playing Brightwing, Savage Drogo on Leoric, Sir Ice Cream on the Anubarak, Vivian Shea is playing Hanzo, and Honeycircle playing that Vala. Go ahead and zoom out a bit, pull up our things. I am so glad I actually display talents now. Last time I did a replay class, it was on a previous patch, and the custom overlays do not work on a previous patch, and it made me super sad. Lloyd taking a little bit of damage, goes in there, gets some damage on the Squirrel, but actually ends up taking the worst into that trade. Though not anything that is irrecoverable. However, of course, at the bottom we do have Falstad being a sneaky little dude, coming down here, taking out the Moonwell first and foremost. Really, I feel like anytime you're on Shrine, someone just needs to go bottom and make sure that doesn't happen. Falstad does it, Genji does it, Hanzo does it. Really, anyone with a ranged attack does it, so basically not me. So we have to move back and forth. Sir Ice Cream is trying to move back up, trying to keep from melting. This is a very bad map for Sir Ice Cream to be on. Sir Ice Cream has a lot of difficulty when it comes to that. Down below, it does look like they've actually got a Nubarak solo clearing this camp, which is dangerous. Super available to invade, but no one's actually taking to check it. We have Vala moving up here now in order to try and make sure that gets taken care of. Oh. Go ahead and move you back up into the correct position. It was moved down because, like I said, last time I did a replay cast, I couldn't actually do this. On the other side, we do go ahead and have Yolo driving you. We had moving in and getting this taken care of. I'm feeling very unsure. Oh, Falstad in a lot of trouble, actually. The Underbrat goes in. There's the sun. Gets pulled by about an inch by the Anduin. Says, nope, you are slightly... I feel like Anduin's an interior decorator where he's just like, oh, what about this bookcase? Can we put it over there? This bird can be standing here. Fantastic. We do go ahead and have Savage Drogo being a double soaking Leoric. And surprisingly, is this an offlane ETC? I guess it is, because we do also have the Johanna. Do not feel like that is going to be a successful ETC. Like, you can get some damage onto the Leoric, but not lasting damage, I don't feel. Leoric did go in and get the Ossian Renewal at level 1. Someone pinged over here, but I'm not sure why. No one even... Oh, that's probably the Vala. Vala saying, hey, I'm going to go up here and get this real quick. A little bit of damage being done to this front wall. Actually being abandoned by Lloyd off to go do Legend of Dragoon things. Actually, no. Was that Lloyd? That was Dart? Lloyd was Tales of Symphonia. My mistake. I apologize. Alright. Here we have everyone coming. Very heavy attention by Dark Allegiance up to the top of the map. I'm really hoping these are the... You know what? Let me try and look this up real quick. Yeah, okay, I was just told in chat that they did not respect the way it was shown. Mafia is on Dark Allegiance, so let me go ahead and fix that so I don't get this mixed up the entire match. Really should have checked that ahead of time, but at the same time, people should pay attention to what it is on the schedule. Rar. Heckin' rude. So we do go ahead and have Mr. Christie and Lloyd up here. A lot of damage was done to this front wall before they could get up here. Meanwhile, we do, of course, have the globals being abused. Brightwing down here in the middle. We did ETC moving in, but Savage Drogo moving in in order to make sure that ETC doesn't get a free clear. Does chase that off with the spooky suck. And the globals are down below. We do go down the Frozen Punisher up top. The Zen does go ahead and get a stun onto Johanna. And Mr. Crispy apparently did not have their Unstoppable just quite ready yet. Azariel does come in to try to help with this. This is going to be a... The wall's already gone. The well is definitely going down. They might get the keep. I don't know. They do go down the Frozen Punisher down to about half health already. All right. We do have Vivian Shea and Savage Drogo going in here, trying to take care of this mercenary camp. Very, very quick rotation for both sides. Although, keep in mind, we do have a slight experience edge because this one did go the side of Dark Allegiant. Yolo driving you. Gosh dang it. I will never get that straight. I promise. So we do go and have Sir Ice Cream coming down here. There's a lot of damage on the ETC. Great stun. Great pull up by the Anduin, though. Anduin does not let the ETC stay in there. We do go and have the Polymorph on Lloyd. Tries to keep Lloyd in the fight. Lloyd is not going to stay in the fight. Lloyd is not going to cooperate. Savage Drogo, trying to do their best tank impression, is actually has more staying power. Brightwing having to fall back. Savage Drogo does go in and spooky walk out of there. And we do go and have a great series of engagements, but absolutely no deaths. The fans are angry. They are yelling in the stands right now. They want blood. So here we have everyone else kind of coming through. Currently split out. It does look like they want to even up that slight experience disadvantage because now we do go ahead and have Dark Allegiance moving down here to pick up the lower mercenary camp. Honeycircle is coming around, so our Ice Cream is leading the way. Burrows in, catches a lot of people in that. Here is the engage in there. A lot of damage onto Azuriel. Azuriel having to fall back. There is a just huge... So Ice Cream is being a great bulwark. There's tons of stuns coming out. Lloyd in the area, but Lloyd about... Yep, that was not what Lloyd wants to do, and Lloyd does become first blood of the game. The demon is down to fall into the Demon Hunter, very appropriately. Funny thing is, I was not actually on. However, actually, all 5 of them did come down here trying to get this taken care of. That leaves ETC with a free reign up here and just tons of experience being picked up by Voisin. All right. With that being taken care of, we do go ahead and have just a lot of aggression coming from this bottom lane. It is a 3 versus 4 currently. We do have Mephisto coming back down here. Looking at our ult, we do have... Looks like relatively normal ults. Dragon's Arrow instead of Dragon Strike. I have seen a lot more Dragon Strike here play lately. We go ahead and have the Rain of Vengeance for the stun. Just more stuns coming out of the ETC for sure. Other side, Mosh Pit to no one's surprise. Stirrings of Hate, Light Bomb. Oh, Falling Sword and Mighty Gust. Falling Sword, Light Bomb, that makes sense, actually. My cats keep hearing me talking very early in the day. I usually don't cast this early. They keep hitting me up and be like, hey, what is it? What do you want? Oh, there is a great Stirrings of Hate comes in, catches a lot of people. Also just gets rooted to the ground forever. Savage Drogo does have to fall back. Is going to be able to spooky walk out of there. But is Sir Ice Cream okay? Sir Ice Cream is very, very zoned out, but no one actually has a stun, and it looks like he will be absolutely okay. That brings us up to 1 for 1 in the terms of fights. Sir Ice Cream is dead in the middle, trying to get everything done, but only actually giving up their own health. And Sir Ice Cream is going to... Oh, this Falling Sword, Mr. Crispy does not care. Mr. Crispy wants this dead, but will not get Sir Ice Cream. We do actually have Falstad dying in the back. Was that just the squirrel? What? Because no one was nearby? Okay, and that is actually 3 kills to 1 in favor of Yolo diving you. Mr. Crispy went in there hard and got punished for it. I really thought the Nubrock was going to go down, and Mr. Crispy was like, oh, you thought a Nubrock was Yolo? If Yolo is in the name of our team, I will show you. Actually, no, that's the other way around. Gosh, dang it. I learned the names and the colors one time, and it's really hard to change. Speaking of hard to change, we do have a slide out from the ETC. ETC trying to survive down to about 500 health. Honeycircle looking at that. There is a great arrow. Does go ahead and secure the kill as Hanzo goes ahead and puts another notch in his belt. A hunter notch, not a sex notch. Gotta be clear. Here's the Zero moving in, but they're almost already lost the point. They only need 10 more on the side of Yolo diving you. And of course, they do not have ETC, so this is a difficult engagement, and they do go ahead and peel away from it almost immediately. They're like, this is a bad idea. To go ahead and have the Mercenary Camp picked up as well for extra pressure. But the Arcane Punisher is moving through bottom lane. The Moonwell is already gone. The wall is missing. And with that, we do go ahead and have everyone moving on through. There's the jump over. This time we do have Unstoppable coming with Johanna. And Bates is very far away, but not quite far enough to not completely... Well, yes, got it far enough away. It's not fighting on this. However, the Andubarak is in there. Sir Ice Cream, it ends up being delicious. Also doing the right wing take him and trying to help, and just put themselves right into the jaws of death. So now 3 kills to 4. Still slight advantage for Yolo diving you, but only very, very slight. It does look like we do have Mr. Christie moving in here. The fort should probably survive. Honeycircle trying to make that happen. Vivian Choi is trying to move as well. Che, not Choi. My apologies. That was an excellent kite away coming from the side of Dark Allegiance. Did a great job moving everything back this way in order so the Punisher would get distracted. All right, and with that, we do have Monsieur Christie. I don't know why. I think some things just sound better with a French accent. So I just kind of do it. There's the stun. There's the nice layering of stuns, but the Falling Sword to escape does come out. Mr. Crispy is not interested in Falling Sword behind enemy lines this time. Did not work out super well the last time. And he's like, I've decided no. Still, we are 10 minutes into this game and no forts are down. Just to point that out, we do go ahead and have the fort falling. Forts falls, everyone dies. Have a Joko up here. Looking at stats real quick, we do have in terms of the... This doesn't give me experience. How rude. Tevers Joko leaving everyone else in the dust in terms of experience. Fantastic play. 13,000. The next closest soak is 9,000 for the ETC. Oh, I was like, what did happen? What happened there? And I was in the completely wrong place. So that's why I didn't see it coming. That makes a lot of sense. With that being said, we do go and have Honeycircle just doing a lot of damage. So Ice Cream giving vision and just goes ahead and takes down another Moonwell. They do see the next altars in the middle. This will be a Mortar Shrine when it comes to be. Oh, great job from Lloyd. Lloyd comes in, does a lot of damage, catches like 3 of them in his circle. Here is Drogo. Drogo again trying to pressure in. The thing is that Drogo did go ahead and take... Oh! Actually took Spectral Link and Mithril Mace. That was not what I was expecting. I figured this would be a spooky walk build. But I guess with all the lockdown they have, they needed a little bit more burst damage, so that makes sense. I was going to say, if you go to spooky walk builds, you're almost ungankable because you can just move so fast, unstoppable forever. Alright, we do go ahead and have the Entomb. Followed by a voice that was just hammering. That was a bit of miscommunication. That was unfortunate. It was like, no, I got them. And then it was like, come over here. And then ETC is like, okay, you dance then. With that being done, we do go ahead and have the Hazard Camp moving right along out. Mr. Christie. Savage Joko is unstoppable, moves in. Still no kills yet. A slight advantage on the side of Yolo diving. There is the light bomb. Savage Joko in a lot of trouble. Does go down. Remember I said they would almost be ungankable? Well, they did not take that talent, so they're super gankable. Honeycircle also going to be taken out. That is a 2-kill advantage. We are 5 kills to 6. But more importantly, right now, Dark Allegiance does have an advantage on the Mortar Shrine, and they should be able to pick this up with a minimal problem. Sir Ice Cream still trying to move in here, but it is a 3 versus 5 fight. Squirrel is thinking about coming in. Not 100% sure. Although Falsehead has fallen back, so it's actually 3 versus 4, not 3 versus 5. 28 to 28, actually much closer than I thought it would be. Nice arrow coming from the Hanzo, and Leoric is almost back. We do have Brightwing being taken out, though, so it's still going to be uneven. And Sir Ice Cream goes down as well. Savage Drogo is back in the fight, and Tomb comes down, but there's no one to follow up because everyone has just recently departed. But the Mortar Punisher is actually secured by Savage Drogo. And there is still this one remaining casual camp just doing everything that they can. There's the leap in onto Mafia. Alright, there's the stun onto Voisin. Should be cleaned up pretty easily. Will we have an actual Punisher taking down a fort? We will. The Murder Punisher does take the fort down. Good job. That is his like whole goal in life. He is so happy right now. This is a definite advantage for Yolo diving you because they do go ahead and have like all 3 of their forts still up and all 3 of their opponent's forts are down. On a Hanzo, they were thinking about collapsing upon him, but they do decide that's not worth. Honeycircle does go ahead and scout out, double scout out that bush. Like, are you in there? Okay, are you still in there a 10th of a second later? Oh, you are? Alright, so Ice Cream knows this is happening, but this would be 1 versus 3. The rest of the team is coming in, though. There is the run-in. So Ice Cream cannot move, but here comes everyone else. There's a arrow, but it only catches the ETC. Entomb goes down. Antoine goes in and pulls people out of it. There is the Falling Sword going in there. Voisin goes in very, very low on the ETC. Also low on the Pulse Set. Also low on the Lloyd. This is a bit of a dangerous situation. We do have a trade out for the Demon Hunter for the cow. Cows are demons. I don't know if you knew that. That's why in Diablo there is no cow level, because they could not get it past the ER/B. Cows are terrifying. So Ice Cream goes in, gets a double stun onto Azrael and Lloyd. Goes in a second time, goes ahead and uses the rewind. We must be at level 20. We absolutely are. There goes the Falling Sword. Falling Sword, light laser beams of death come down. Go ahead and catch people. We have Brightwing going down first of all. Anduin is looking not too healthy, but Mr. Icy comes in, pulls back the Lyric. Lyric has a spooky walk out of there. Is a little bit isolated. That is a 1-for-1. Vala for ETC still down. Okay, 1 for none because Vala and ETC were still down. That was a new kill onto the Brightwing. So now everyone is back. Advantage on the side of Yolo diving. Can I just call him Yolo? Like, I feel like that's just better. There is our Ice Cream and Honeycircle up at the top, going ahead and picking up this Mercenary Camp. We do have the next Punisher will be in top lane. It will be an Arcane Punisher. Savage continuing to get all of the soap, which is surprising. Oftentimes you see teams start to get together a lot more whenever level 20s are had. Like, obviously extra levels help, but there's no talent tiers to fight over anymore. Looking at it, we do go and have Invisible Friends. Buried Alive, Rewind, Bullseye, and Vala Doesn't Know. Compared to Inner Fire, Mimic, Tourbus, Heaven's Fury, and Wind Tunnel. There is the Entomb. I'm just going to catch, but there's no follow-up at the moment. Drogo taking a lot of damage, just have to move back. Scroll teleports in. We do go and have everyone moving back and forth and back and forth and back. Alright, just had to check. There was a message, but it was not a message that was relevant. It does look like we're going to have the Arcane Punisher being secured on the side of Dark Allegiance. However, down in the bottom lane... Oh, I thought I saw a flash down there. Someone just pinged it. There was a big wave. Never mind. Yeah, without Vala, it does look like Yolo just cannot engage into this. Great entomb. Secures the kill on the fall set. That also goes ahead and gets Leoric to finish up his quest. Leoric will be attacking a lot faster now. A good bit, although maybe not a lot faster now, as Leoric just about goes down. And yep, Leoric does go down. We are now down 2 heroes. Granted, Leoric will come back much faster than any other hero in the game, with the obvious exception of a Diablo at full souls or a Malthael returning from death. Sir Ice Cream? Are you sure? I mean, apparently you are. That is a great, but there's a great Mosh. Catches 2 people, and Mephisto just says, I get to kill everyone. And indeed, Mephisto goes in and knocks everyone down. So Ice Cream is going to be the one person left alive, going in, trying to make sure that can't be sent by Voisin. Honey Circle's moving in, trying to take this care of this. But actually body blocks, and Nubrock and Nubrock's like, get out of the way, please. So we do go to have the cow being taken out by the Demon Hunter. As mentioned before, demons are, the Honey Circle? I appreciate the Moxie, but, no. So it does look like, once again, almost all the camps are picked up. We do go and have this one being picked up by Yolo. Dark Allegiance is going to go ahead and take the top shrine, or top camp. We will have an Arcane Shrine once again in the top lane. Was that actually twice in a row? I know that happens, but I know it's super unusual. Sorry, my cat is demanding attention. We do have the Shrine being 39 by Mr. Christie, and we do have the Arcane Punisher being summoned along the top lane. But once again, a lot of attention here at the bottom. That looked like it was an attempt to gust, and then just did not quite happen. Went in there, definitely tried to blow the teams back, but nothing really came of it. We do have the Arcane Punisher up here being opposed by Vivian Chase Squirrel and Savage Drogo. I almost said Unstoppable because that's what it said right when I looked at and I was like, their name isn't Unstoppable. I'm like, super smart, you guys. So we do have the first fort of the game going down for the side of Yolo. Blue Team's Punisher has indeed fallen. Goodbye, Punisher. I miss you. Trash came down here, wisely deciding not to go in because the rest of the team is nowhere nearby. Only Vala getting here, and Voisin actually coming in for a flank. Oh, there's a very nice 3-man arrow comes in, coming from the backline. There is the silence. Edwin saves one person, but only gets a single pullout. We do have the bird going down. Mephisto is inside a cocoon, and there's a kill onto Anduin. There is another falling sword. Does go and kill the dragon. Kills the Vala. Vivian Chai having to fall back. A lot of damage coming out of that healing falling sword did so much work. Unstoppable. All right, there goes a new Barak. So this may actually be a great opportunity to win on the side of Dark Allegiance. They are, I guess it's 3 versus 1. But no, they are going to say, let's fall back. Let's go ahead and take camps. Let's not try and push our advantage. I don't know that I agree. I guess actually these heroes do not siege very well. They would need Falset for that, and Falset is now back up, and so is Leoric. And the battle continues. All right, here we have everyone coming up to the top. Honey Circle goes in and gets a strafe over the wall, but still this is picked up on the side of Dark Allegiance. A lot of pressure in the lanes moving through. Mephisto trying to take down the walls and does so. The wall is down. The first Moonwell destroyed 22 minutes ago. Still sitting here. The fort is actually the last one, even though it should have been the most attackable fort. It's the last one to go down in the game. Shrine is coming up in the top lane. It is an inactive frozen shrine. And that's the bottom lane. I don't know why I said top. I said top because I'm amazing. You're gonna have Savage Drogo. I love that name so much. Oh, but we do have there's the pullback. A lot of damage. Sir, great job on the gust, but there is a like everything is happening. And we do okay, just get another burrow. I think they may have had to use rewind for that. Did they? Yep, rewind was used. There's a kill. Oh, double kill. We do have Brightling and Hanzo going down. There is Honeysuckle also taken out. Those look like ECC may go down. No, but ECC just barely gets it out. That is a 3-for-0 in favor of Dark Allegiance. But once again, I feel like the Dark Allegiance definitely has some opportunities that they're just not taking. They are over here going ahead and securing the Frozen Punisher. They won't have any trouble picking that up. Lloyd Irving going ahead and picking all of this. I kept wanting to find a good word to say after all of this, and I kept not. So I just kept repeating it up to the first part, waiting for my brain to work, and my brain was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So once again, they do 39 the objective, giving themselves time to move up here and get a Shaman camp to oppose this. Drogo is moving down. The entire enemy team is back up and alive. That was not rented at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Here we have everyone else kind of moving through. Nice. Obviously, the Frozen Punisher is picked up. That was not really an attempt to get, although Sir Ice Cream may be in trouble, is definitely on the wrong end of this one. Though does not have rewind available. But they end up giving up the fight. They say, no, don't chase this forever. Let's go ahead and move into our advantage and move into win. Here comes the Frozen Punisher, moving us quickly along down the bottom lane. We do have Savage Drogo going back and forth, trying to make a valiant defense. They are joined by the Sir Ice Cream that did Hearth back. Nice burrow out there. No unstoppable for the new Brock, but it is not even needed. First port of the game does go against the assault of Dark Allegiance. And the Punisher is in court. There's a stun onto Vala. Vala trying to get away. This Punisher wants this Vala. Punisher says, I have seen the things you have done to my brethren. I hate you. Unfortunate. The Silencing Entomb ends up whipping. Quincy went through air exactly as it came down. Very well predicted, or very lucky. I'm not sure which. There's the Light Bomb. Light Bomb does absolutely nothing because there ended up being a stun right as it hit. But it ends up not mattering. The core goes down and Dark Allegiance takes game number 1. I did not realize I was still on the 3rd level of Zoom Out. Whoops. At the end of the day, not the most important thing to talk about. So, if we want to look at the stats real quick, and what are you doing? My cats obviously moved the camera. We do go ahead and have... Actually, could you... Thank you. I realize I'm in the way, but I'm also super vain, so deal with... Actually, you know what? and just do this. All right. So looking at the stats at the end of the game, we do go ahead and have in terms of healing, very, very close game. Anyone slightly winning out with 92,000 healing. Brightwing coming in with 83,000, and then the Johanna Falling Sword healing of 8,000. Well done. In terms of damage, Mephisto topping the charge, doing an amazing job. 122,000 damage over the course of the game. Usually you kind of see top damage and top healing numbers being roughly even, but in this case, Mephisto just knocked it out of the water. But however, Vala and Hondo kept their opponents, or kept their team in the game, doing 16,000 between them. So realistically, still advantage if you could add Mephisto and Falstad, but not by that much. And that soak, Savage Drogo again leading the way. Actually, second soak was not the offlaner. It was Mephisto that was just kind of everywhere on that map. Well done. And I obviously didn't set the scene up. There we go. So with that, here are the talents builds. If you love them, if you hate them, if you want to see them, if you can't stand them, there they are. Copy them down, live them, love them, and I'll see you in game number 2. This is the wrong screen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in game number 2. This is going to be Volskaya Foundry between Dark Allegiance and Yolo Diving. Let me go ahead and once again check and make sure. Okay, Mafia is on Dark Allegiance. They at least stayed consistent in not being the order I expected them, which is great. So looking at this, we do go ahead and have Mafia playing the Deckard Cain, Lloyd on Leoric. Oh, interesting, Lord on Leoric taking that away from Savage Drogo. We do go to have Boyson on Li Ming, Mr. Christie on Johanna, and Ezreal on Greymane. On the other side of the battlefield, representing Yolo Diving You, we do go ahead and have Savage Drogo playing the Yrel. Vivian Che is on the, I think it's actually Vivian Che, not Vivian Che, my bad. Is playing the Vala, Honeycircle on Junkrat, Squirrel on Stukov, and Blaze on Sir Ice Cream. Here we come into the middle of the map. We're going to go ahead and zoom out, look at what we're going to see. We do go ahead and have the Laws of Hope coming out of Miss Johanna. And then the Fire at Will comes out. Fire at Will actually is a super, super appropriate talent for this map. Whenever I think of Fire at Will, I definitely think of Overwatch. And also, why do we hate Will? So actually, I'm going to go ahead and get caught in that Decker Dorito. To go ahead and have the new habits coming out of Mr. Blaze. Lloyd and Drogo, offing lanes. Alright, kitty, it is not anywhere near time for food. You need to calm down. Excuse me, cat. Alright, there is Lloyd. Going back and forth. Alright, here's everything else. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by notifications because I am very, very nosy about what's going on. We do go and have the mercenary camp up top being picked up. Up, cat. Stop being a brat. I get it. I'm. Cat, stop. I'm going to steal them out of the room in just a second. It's going to be a problem for sure. Oh my gosh. Totally blame the cat on that one. So we do go and have the mercenary camp. Oh my gosh, but no one can actually pick up the healing camp. Okay, we do have Sir Ice Cream picking it up. Finally, thankfully. A lot of damage going in. Sir Ice Cream says, okay, I've got a healing item, but we have advantage. Let's go in. Let's kill this. And we do get the kill on Mr. Chrissy. Goes and does the nice barrel roll in.
Prepare to begin the field testing.
So Ice Cream goes and runs in, and there is another kill onto the Gray Mane. There is the Decker Dorito comes out, catches 3 people. 3 people will not be walking away, at least not for a second, but definitely not enough damage to kill them off. 2 kills to none in favor of Yolo. But keep in mind, Yolo did have advantage early game last time and definitely lost that at the end. Lloyd coming in, finding Honeysuckle trying to move this back with the Junkrat. But he's going to have a little bit of trouble. A lot of damage will be done up here. Meanwhile, we do have Blaze in the middle going ahead and picking up this wonderful Sir Ice Cream. Mr. Chrissy moves in there, but Blaze is going to be hard to displace. However, Ling Ming being added in does make this a losing proposition. And Azariel makes this suddenly Blaze is in a lot of trouble. Does manage to get the charge out. No one get in front of it. That is the problem with Blaze, is that if you get in front of him, you can actually interrupt his charge out. That's a dangerous place to hearth, sir. That's what you call bait. Savage Drogo going to be in a lot of trouble. Let's go ahead and run up. Mafia goes into the area, trying to go in and stop that, and we will have a kill onto Urel. First kill of the game coming from the side of Dark Allegiance, and they have going to have occupied the point. 31 to 33%. Very, very even between the two. You know, up top we have Junkrat going ahead and throwing mine. Says, I don't like this Moonwell. I hate drinking. I love drinking, but I hate drinking water, so get out of here, Moonwell. Lloyd comes back, says, that was my water, you jerk. Cat, I swear to God, if you do not stop changing the scene, I am super sorry about that. Game 2 has just been a cluster for sure. So we have the point being it's a Silveretta, 99% coming out of the side of Dark Allegiance. We do go and have everything going back and forth. That's such a nonsense phrase that I use, but Lloyd does go down, was a little bit too deep. Does not have the escapology of Drogo, it looks like. Drogo did a great job of that, but not so much this time. I don't mean to be mean, I apologize. Drogo's just my friend. We do go and have Squirrel moving back and forth. Vivian very, very hot on the trail, and we do go and have the slow coming out of Mafia. Decker Caden's already an old man. Don't make him walk any slower. Lloyd goes in, tries to go ahead and get the kill, but is going to end up being possibly a sacrifice. We do have another kill going on to Leoric. 5 kills to none in favor of Yolo. Honey Circle is going to go and go down. A lot of mines go down, but no one actually lands on them. And we are up to 96%. It looks like the first projector will be coming out in favor of Yolo right about now. Right about now. The Funk Soul Protector.
Blue team has taken control of our protector.
Blue team has taken control of Protector. I agree. You have Vossen moving in. There is a lot of damage. They have decided to go ahead and do the more traditional route on this. Say, okay, take out the top Moonwell, take out the top fort if you can get it, and it definitely seems like they can, because that will give them advantage going into the second Protector phase, because they will have access to a Moonwell their opponents will not. Alright, Honey Circle goes in, comes in. Throwing a lot of mines at Bala, saying that was my character. How dare you take it? You put me on this dang demolitions, dude. Actually, wait, they're on the same team? Never mind. It's really interesting to see the same character drafted twice in a row, but the person playing it changes. Right, Li Ming trying to move in and get some damage. That shielding does do a great job. You can't see, I love that. Where you just have, okay, it has 2,500? 2,550 out of 250 life? Alright. You're going to have Grey Mane over here picking up this paper airplane camp, as Sparhawk likes to call them. And with that, we do go ahead and have a big fight here in the middle. The Entomb does come down. Honey Circle goes ahead and launches themselves out of it. There comes the Riptire jumping over the wall, looking for this kill on Voisin. Does go ahead and actually hits Voisin, but the kill is not obtained. However, Yrel goes in, big old goat feet stomp down. I should say that there's people with foot fetishes that are going to be very, very excited by that description, and I don't want to excite them. But there we go again. Once again, big old clawed hoppers come down on the Skeleton King, making them the Brittles King. All right. Did you go in there? Did Junkrat take big ass? Yep, did. I love that talent to death. Alright, there's the charge, but Unstoppable was still up. That seems a very long Unstoppable, Mr. Christie. There is a smack out by Savage Drogo. All mercenary camps are picked up. All toys are had. No toys for the taking. We do currently have a turret, and that's it on the side of Dark Allegiance. For the side of Yolo, we do have a healing camp and a turret. I think that's everything. So slight advantage in the upcoming, but it does depend on when things come off cooldown. It does look like this camp is a minute away. However, we do have Junkrat being taken down. Junkrat not one of the ones that held a toy, so at least they won't lose that. And the Junkrat will be up before the point comes up. Move, cat. No, no, get away from the computer before you change the scene.
Power routed to the gun. Control it, and you can pilot the protector.
At the end of these casts, can someone remind me to bring a spray bottle down here? Mafia going to come in and get on the point and start channeling. We're up to 5%. We do have Lloyd. I almost said Savage Drogo because I'm just so used to that being Leoric. Moving up here. Does go ahead and try to get on Star Ice Cream. There is the... they do drop the bunker, but it does look like I do not think that this... Well, maybe? Oh my god, are you serious right now? I cannot believe... No, okay, does actually go down. I was like, there's no way, there's no way, there's no way. But they do go ahead and get a double kill in response, and maybe more. The Riptire is right after Azariel. Just go ahead and boop them back into the other team, but nope, no one close enough. That is going to only be a 2-for-1. Only a 2-for-1. Yeah, how greedy I am. What a greedy caster I actually am. Does look like they're going to go ahead and pick up the healing camp before they get on the point. Meanwhile, they will be picking up a turret over on the side of Dark Allegiance. Here we have Lloyd and Azuriel picking those up. Paper airplane camps are going to clash next to the point. I do think the toy count is much better. We have, I think, 2 turrets and a healing beacon. On the other side, it looks like they've actually just have a turret. They're going to move in, but in response, they're going to go in and move in to try and take a fort. Their opponents immediately go up top and say, okay, we'll go in and start doing damage to your keep. Have fun with that, guys. There's the Hearthback and the Pullback at the same time. Surprisingly enough, Yolo's pull-out game is very, very strong. I wouldn't have thought it based on their name. I feel like this is false advertising. I would like to make a complaint. 75% on the channel. So our ice cream does go ahead and move back as everyone starts to move into the area. There is Honeycircle right in the middle. Not Silence might be able to blow themselves out of there, but I'm not sure. Honeycircle very, very, very low. Here's everyone else. Mafia in the back line getting a lot of aggression put onto them. Greymane does go down. We've got another Riptire coming out, looking for this kill onto Lloyd.
Hero slain.
Not going to get the kill, but does go ahead and get the chase in. Oh, okay. Want to double up on damage? Not bad, not bad, not bad. There is... Oh, very, very, very aggressive Volsen. Does not pay off. Did definitely cause my eyebrows to go way up. Meanwhile, we are going to have Junkrat go ahead and finish up this channel. And in the middle, we do have the battle between the goat and the king. That sounds like a fable, doesn't it? The battle between the goat and the king? Alright, we do have Lloyd being taken down. 14 kills coming out of Yolo this game. Red team has destroyed a fort. I agree. All right, we have a double fort, and the Punisher is not done. Protector is not done. The P blanks R word is not done. Let's go ahead and make this a hat trick. Going through, Yolo is hard on the aggression. Now, here's the difference between last game. Last game, they did get all 3 forts where their opponents got any, but they did not get a keep. And this time, the keep is already gone. They actually got a keep before they got the 3rd fort. So we do have, they're trying to get 20 over on the side of Dark Allegiance. So we did have Johanna in the middle. We now have double soaking coming out of the Lyric. Lloyd going back and forth, trying to pick up all of the minions that they can. Here comes everyone else kind of moving on through. Everyone else kind of moving back and forth, looking for... They still have the item advantage. They still want to go ahead and pressure this. However, Leoric is up the top, about to be putting pressure onto the top lane. Granted, the paper airplane camp is not as good as some of the other camps of the game, so it won't be the end of the world as we know it. But it looks like they may go ahead and get this fort. They are pushing in a hard for it. I did see a commission. It looks like they have used both of their turrets. But there goes the second fort of the game and the second fort of Dark Allegiance. That is a keep. Keep. Different four-letter word meaning defensive structure. But it does move out of there, so everyone moves up. Looks like they want to secure themselves some more toys. They want a healing toy. Meanwhile, actually, they want everything. Junkrat is coming over here, but it looks like Li Ming is wise to this current strategy. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Oh, Honeycircle, that was swag. I appreciate that. There's a silence, and it does look like Lloyd is going to fall. Was not able to really spooky walk out because he was on the hush puddle. And with the arc down, that may be the trigger they need to say, okay, let's just go in and win at this point. Because they are advancing.
Blue team's core is
Shields are currently holding, but they don't have level 20 on the side of Dark Allegiance. There's a Zerial in. There is the Riptire coming in. Riptire actually, I think, is taken out. Was not able, but they do have a kill onto Johanna. The Lornado is pushing people away, trying to keep this from happening. There is absorption onto the Urel, but then heals off the core, shooting her.
blue team's core is under attack.
Wow, that was a lot. Poor Leoric. I mean, like, I get it, Master of Death, but come on. What I guess I'm trying to say is hello, trade value. We are down to 40%. I do not see much of a chance that this going down. All 5 members are still in the area. And there goes the core. Game number 2 going to Yolo. And that does set us up for a game number 3. So, looking at the stats at the end of the game, in terms of healing, we do have another dead even game. 58,000 from Squirrel versus 55,000 from Mafia. What is it with healers and having all capitalized names? I have questions. Looking in terms of hero damage, we do have Vivian Che going ahead and coming in with 61,000, followed by Honeycircle with 50,000, and Li Ming are right behind. Knock, knock, knock it on Junkrat's door, coming in with 49,000. And then in terms of experience, we do have Savage Droko once again sharpening the charts. 19,000 compared to Leoric's 17,000. So, with that said, we'll go ahead and go into game number 3. Look forward to it. I'll be right back. All right, and here we go with game number 3. Get that out of here. I wish I could set this option where it just wouldn't show up at all, but again, thankfully the logo is covering it up, which is exactly what you look for. On the side of Dark Allegiance, the team of Mafia, I have to check that every single time. We have Lloyd on the Sonya, Mr. Christie coming in on the May. We have Azariel on the Falsehead. One more time. Voisin is on the Deathwing, and then is it Mafia on the end of it that I didn't say? Maybe. On the other side, we do have Honeysuckle once again on the Junkerat. We do have Sir Ice Cream playing that Stitches. Vivien Che on the Greymane. We have Savage Drogo on the Rhaegar. And Squirrel playing Brightwing! Kitty, it is not time for food yet. It is like 3 hours until time for food. Calm down. All right, here comes everyone else coming and moving in. Big fight in the middle, although Deathwing is not attending, so this is an advantage on the side of Yolo. And Lloyd almost gets, just barely missing that hook. Hook comes out and really tries to sink into Lloyd's backside, pulls him back into the fight, but not quite. If it had been level 13, that would have hit for sure. Meanwhile, Voisin comes up, tries to do a little bit of help. Savage Drogo down here. This is a Deathwing versus a Rexar. That is not a good matchup for a Rexar. Rexar hates Deathwing and hates Kira. Don't you know? Still have the 4-man on the blue team in the kind of in the middle of the map at the moment. Alright, here's Bosun coming up into the middle. Sir Ice Cream takes a lot of damage, trying to go ahead and move up and out of there, trying to survive. There is Bosun, a little bit of a fire breath coming in. I'm surprised they actually don't have Deathwing at the bottom of the map. Lloyd is sitting here in the shadows. Adun Toridas. Vivien Che is moving down here to go into... Are they really just waiting on this game? I mean, is that actually what's happening right here? I want to watch and see what happens here. Right, here comes the rotation down. Moves in. Oh, actually, Vivien Che did go ahead and move away as soon as that rotation started. Still, I'm surprised they, like, committed that much time to sitting in place. All right, here's everything else moving up, moving through, moving across, moving down. I have Greymane selected. Let me stop that. Boop. Don't need him up behind my name. That's not a good thing. We still have no kills, level 6 all. Looking at the questing talents, we do go ahead and have we're up to 11 stacks. Hunter Gatherer up to 2. Obviously, we just picked up 2 levels ago. We are up to 28 stacks out of 30 on Gathering Storm. Actually, Gathering Storm is now complete. You can still keep getting it, but obviously the damage increase is there. All right, you're going to have Poison moving through, getting a lot of damage done. Sonya being left kind of by herself at the bottom. Level 7's all. Savage Drogo goes in and gets turned in. We are at 41 spider butts on the side of Yolo. I had to go look. And then we do have 32. Both sides are able to get a full turn in, but they have to actually be left alone long enough for doing that. There is the spin. Again, still continually surprised they've got Sonya going into the Rexar. Like, they've got a Deathwing, and Sonya, I think, I consider Sonya a losing match versus Rexar. Rexar can definitely just interrupt every single one of her spins with Misha. Right, Vivian trying to get in, turn in, but Lloyd moves down. Not going to let that happen too easily. Misha going for the screen. Nope, does get on top of that, but is right in the middle. This is a 2v1. Lloyd has to fall back, but immediately runs back in. He's just coming in as well, being like, get this stupid barbarian out of my face. And actually survives with like 12 health, I think. And now May is coming down for the interrupt. Nope, we do go and have stitches, make sure that doesn't happen. And the red web weaver, the Yolo web weavers are on their way. Big ol' blast coming out of the Deathwing. There's Boyson going ahead and knocking through everyone. Quite a bit of fire damage on the ground. Because fire damage is relevant. I can't just say damage. Interesting escape ult. Does actually stand in the wave of death and takes a little bit of damage. Is down to 2 armor plates. We do go and have voice in right in the middle. It is 4 versus 2. We do have Mafia moving up here, which I'm sure Mafia will do a lot of help in order to try and heal the Deathwing, because that's totally a thing. Here's Honeycircle going back and forth, lobbing grenades all night long.
My altar awaits gems. Bring them. Bring me their power.
Oh, I just barely caught that. Hello? Death from above much? Jeebus? I was in the wrong area for that for sure. We caught the very, very tail edge of it. Actually, can I was like, wait, I'm on a replay? Nice Ice Wall goes in and isolates everyone, and just boom. The Ice Wall does a fantastic job in order to make sure they can't get away, and the Deathwing just goes ahead and lands. Big old freaking wall of scales and flesh, making sure you're not going anywhere. I am still sad that, as the observer, or like in a replay, we can't get, like, we can't have different, announcers. We also have to have default. I mean, you kind of can. If you click on someone, you start hearing their announcer. We'll have to wait for something to actually happen so I can demonstrate that. We have quite a bit. The web weavers are moving through. We do have the front wall going down in the middle, but both top and bottom web weavers are already cleaned up. So very, very successful defense. All right, that was kind of hilarious. You actually had the like boot back, and the light bomb was burst into the team by Junkrat. Kind of exactly what you're looking for. We do have Misha being taken down. That is a 4th of a hero kill. We are almost up to level 13. Here is Mr. Christie going back and forth. There is 30 gems on him, trying to make sure he does not go down. Okay, Sonya got knocked down to half with the cursed bullet and then immediately eaten. I think this is maybe a Sonya. This should be a Sonya that goes down. Sonya, are you... I do not I swear at high levels, damage, like, just doesn't happen as well. It can't be a skill issue. It's just a difference in ranking. Clearly. We do have Falstad being taken out in the middle of the map. The level 13s are picked up. And apparently the announcer, either they just have the default announcer, I'm not sure.
Red team. My magic is yours.
All right, Chrissy gets knocked out by the Junkrat. Here comes the Deathwing. It says, hey, get away from my tank. Oh, that is unfortunate for Ice Cream. Ice Cream does not like standing in the middle of a gout of fire. I can tell you, I'm good friends with a lot of flavors of ice cream. All right, we do have May being taken out. I kind of missed that. Mafia being targeted. Oh, great. That was like a... Oh my god, that's 2 in a row? 3 in a row? Do we have 4? We have 4? They don't quite get a 5th one, but good lord. 4. That was a great hallway to catch them all in. We do have a kill onto Grey May. We have a kill onto Misha. There's Honeycircle. Honeycircle is about to just leave a nice little payload of, Remember Me's. Blast is OP. Holy crap, that was amazing. I kind of want to go back and look at Azrael's. You know what? I'm going to cheat because I can. Sorry, I wish there was a way I could go back more often. This is me just completely wasting time, but I'm having fun, and that's what matters. I need back before this all started. All right, so false says damage was 33,000. So yeah, it went up 5,000 just in that, like, a couple little ults. Maybe a little bit more. I think I actually looked at it after the first blast came out, but still. Zero going to move back, goes in and gets eaten. Does not enjoy that too terribly much. Mafia goes in. There's a nice little bit of healing. We do have to be a little bit careful if we're Stitches. That is 2v1. Granted, Stitches has a lot of health. Is up to 27 stacks of Hungry for More. And since that is 25 health per globe, then that is quick math. Oh my gosh, 700 extra health. All right, Poison is down to a pair of armor plates. Might need to take the sky before too long, but does want to breathe fire first. I have to wonder if breathing fire is like a dragon mating ritual. Is Deathwing just trying to find Alex Strawsit this whole time? All right, a lot of damage on this onto Lloyd. Lloyd goes ahead and gets knocked by the Riptire, but then does fall back. There is the leap, and there's another. Oh, only hits 2 people, I think. 2 people is nothing. We're spoiled at this point. There's a nice pull out on Lloyd. Does not want Lloyd to take any unnecessary damage. We do have the first fort on the side of Yolo going down against the aggression of Deathwing and company. Because obviously, when you have a team like this, Deathwing has to be the headliner. He's a freaking Durgan. Blue team has destroyed a fort. I agree. So we do go and have actually all 3 forts go down to this web weaver phase. The middle web weaver, actually all the web weavers are very low. The middle one is already dead. So no real damage to keep walls just yet. But stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. I'm sure that will change over time. They are moving down to get this lower camp. Obviously don't want to make a boss play just yet. The opponents are all up and there are even talent tiers.
Deliver the turtles to my altar before your enemies.
Interesting to have Deathwing land then of all times. Nice. I'm not sure where that ice wall was going. That was a bit of a whoops. But there is a great 3-person light well or light bomb. Opposite of well. Light makes you unwell. We do go ahead and have a lot of damage on the Sir Ice Cream. Sir Ice Cream is going to be targeted down, just burned away. Gonna have a very hard time. They do have the rest of the team coming in. There is a Gorge. Gorge gets on the Sonya. We do have Sir Ice Cream still trying to run away, down to about 30%. Sonya is dead on top of them, trying to chunk this down. Sir Ice Cream goes ahead and heals up every single time they go numb. Lloyd is picked up, but they do not have Gorge this time. May not matter. We do have that being taken out. Alright, there are still a pair of giants down below that have to be cleared up. Momentary advantage on the side of Yolo. Okay, this is going to be a little bit of an aside and a bit of regular immersion. People keep DMing me on Twitch or on Discord to like talk about the game or ask me questions. And there's a chat in Twitch. You can talk there. It's so weird. It's like 2 separate people have done it. I'm just like, I don't understand. Oh, nice. And when it goes in and pulls out the Azariel just after the point. There is everyone else coming through. There is Lloyd, goes ahead and going into this. We do have the web weaver face coming down on the side of Yolo. Alright, we do go ahead and have Voisin running in. Julius gets out of the dangerous area. Is down to about half health. We have Lloyd looking for a advantage, looking for a thing. There is a flame buffet coming out onto the path. Is that actually the name of the ability? I said that, I'm like, that actually sounds familiar. Yeah, I can't see. Nope, that's unfortunate. It should be Flame Buffet. I like the name Flame Buffet. Can we make it Flame Buffet? Mr. Christie up here does go in and get rooted and polymorphed and dead. May has a very hard time being survivable whenever she's silenced. One of those things that happens whenever we get late game. And speaking of late game, we are at level 20. We do go ahead and have Yolo achieving 20s and using it to go ahead and secure the boss. All forts in the game are no longer alive. And we're now looking at a push down top lane in order to end the game before their opponents can get 20. Their opponents are making some pressure go in. They're going to get this bruiser camp pushing through. However, that bruiser camp is not going to be super effective if they can't stay here and support it. Because the wave is way back here, so the bruiser is just going to walk straight into the minion wave and with nothing to really protect them. They're moving in, trying to make a lot of pressure, trying to get every bit of experience from these mercenary camps before they have to go fight. And they may very shortly be 20. I don't think this camp will do it, but it'll get them very close. Here comes another Web Weaver phase. Obviously, top lane is the problematic lane. There's already a boss there, and so it's pushed all the way. There is the Cataclysm coming out of Deathwing. Azera looking very low. Does manage to go ahead and barrel roll out. Is not going to be taken down. Area Crater comes down from the Sonya. Does get booped out. The light bomb misses everyone, unfortunately. There is everyone else kind of coming through. We do go ahead and have a lot of damage. The boss is still up, but the top web weaver is taken out. It looks like they got ahead and said, okay, we'll go ahead and clear that out. Do not get through shields. So without the shields being up, we do end up having level 20 all and no real damage, though that top lane is looking gnarly. Mr. Christie does get pulled back by the stitches. Just go ahead and zip on out of there. Zoop on out of there. Not a good place to be in if you're a Dark Allegiance fan. But I have a hard time coming back from this. All the lanes are pushed against them. They have a hard time even leaving their base at the moment. But they do have level 20s. It is only one team fight. There is the stun coming down. Unstoppable falls. And we're trying to keep Mr. Christie up. Sir Ice Cream right in the middle of all of them. There is an ice wall. Ice wall gets one person. Riptire coming out looking for targets. There is the beam. Beam does go ahead and catch Squirrel, but I think only Squirrel. There's Mr. Christie kind of bouncing back and forth. Ezreal looking not too good for not too healthy. There is the ice block, but I do think Mr. Christie is going to be down for the count. Let's go ahead and get a freeze on to Misha. But actually, Christie, you what? How? What? Okay, Chrissy, you just officially broke the caster? How did you survive that? I want a, 10-page report on my desk at 9 a.m.? So lots of very, very low health bars, but in the end, this is actually slightly in favor of Dark Allegiance. It was a 1 for 1.25. I don't think I've ever seen a hook kill a keep before. Pretty sure what actually happened is that a hook hit one of the foundation stones and pulled it out. The whole thing just crumbled. He's about to lock you out of the room. Oh, poor Misha. All right, here is Sir Ice Cream. Ice Cream goes ahead and catches Mr. Christie. And there is the... Oh, but that's a little bit of a dangerous place to drop them. Here comes Boston going in, but Mr. Christie actually fell back. That does mean definitely he's up in the front. Here comes the Riptire, go looking for targets. Area Crater comes out, a lot of damage onto Lloyd. He gets stuck in there alone with Greymane, and not a lot of immediate follow-up happening just yet. There's the other Flame Breath. I still like Flame Buffet better. Once again, great luck or skill coming out in terms of those traps, where right as the light bomb comes out, the trap keeps it from moving. Droku goes in and takes a lot of damage, does have to fall back. We do go in and have a 3 versus 2 advantage for Yolo. And speaking of advantage, we do have Mafia getting very low, but Junkrat does get taken out. That makes it 2 for 2, and we do have them. The Greymane is back, so they might still be able to do something. I'm not sure what they'll choose to do.
Under attack.
It was such an adorable hook. I loved it. Alright, we do go ahead and have Yolo is going to be taking every single camp on the map. Tonja is in the area. Will they try and contest this? May is almost back up, and Junkrat is not. So they may actually not end up trying to get this one. But they also might. They do see their opponents. They might be able to pick it up very quickly. We'll have to see. But actually, it looks like they are moving up here. They're scouting boss. They're going to try and take boss. Oh, slight bit of anti-synergy there. We did end up, unfortunately, wasting the bomb. Squirrel goes in and gets Ice Wall. There is a Flame Breath onto Misha and Rexar. Falls out on top of this, and we do go in and... Oh, Unkillable happening right at the perfect time, but it does not end up mattering. May goes ahead and gets the kill onto Rexar. So Ice Cream is having a lot of problems. Is trying to run back, does get feared, but thankfully gets feared away from the team. They're right on top of them. They're trying to get this... They're trying to kill this zombie. This entire match is just the undead match. I've just about decided, because like last game we had Leoric, this game we have the zombies. We have to kill into Sonya. That is a 1-for-1. Although we will be going ahead and getting the Rexar back before the Sonya. Both offlaners are currently down, and the core is taking damage. Core is down to 65%. Oh, May looking not too good for where? We do let have Junkrat and Greymane go in there and just start swiping all over her face hole. Unfortunately, they are moving around. They say, don't even worry about that. It is 4 versus 3. Let's go in the game. The core is at 65%. There is a edible Anduin, and it goes num 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 num. Anduin, pull yourself out now. You can't. Mafia taking a lot of damage, is trying to pull back, is actually going to pull back for just a little bit. Vivian is very, very, very low. Hunting Circle and Squirrel are in the area. There's the Rip Tower going in, looking for things. We do have a lot of damage on the Falstad. Mafia going around. He's trying to go in and try and get this all picked up and carried out. Vivian Che is up. Hunting Circle going and doing damage to Azrael, surprisingly enough. Azuriel. But we do have the core goes down, and game number 3 and the series go to the side of Yolo. I wasn't YOLO till I die, but it's YOLO diving you. My bad. So, looking at the summary at the end of the game, we do go 1.5 in terms of healing. So, usually these two healers have been very, very, very close to one another. This time, Brightwing knocks it out of the park. 135,000 healing over the course of the game. In terms of hero damage, we do have, super even. 122,000 from Falstad, 121,000 from Honey Circle. And then Greymane still putting in a respectable 92,000. So that ever important Soak. Once again, Savage Drogo just proves to be the Soak god. Like, every single match of this series has led the way in terms of Soak. Though Junkrat and Greymane do have very, very good soak numbers as well. Here's the thing, though. All 3 of those players are on the same team. Just saying. But with that, we will go ahead and end this series. Here are the talents. If you want to copy them down, if you want to love them, if you want to hate them. I was going to try and also do Smoke versus Psystorm Immortals. But I have practiced in an hour and a half, and if that's a 3-game series, that could actually run over, and I don't want to keep my team waiting. So, plus, I think I need to deal with this ruffian. So with that, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will keep posting whenever I'm casting one of these. I do jump back and forth between NGS, so you'll just see me doing a lot of stuff.